In this video, I'm going to show you the concept of prioritization of your field activities. So let's say we've reviewed the field and we've reviewed all the wells, and now we have a huge set of different activities on different wells, such as water shutoffs, conversions, stimulations, add perf jobs, this kind of stuff. Now I need to know what to do first, because it would be crucially important. I need to do the best activities first to earn more money as quickly as possible. How do I do this? So first of all, I need to calculate the technological efficiency of each of my activities. So here on the screen you can see the table. It looks quite extensive, but in fact it's quite simple. It is actually a Dupy equation built into an Excel table. So what we need to do is to calculate the rate before and then after our activity. And that would give us the idea of an incremental gain in production, which will allow us to prioritize the activities and set the best ones atop the other ones. So we need to fill this table with different kind of information, such as fluid properties, for example, which would give us volume factors, viscosities, and all the other stuff. Another thing is we need to set the relative permeabilities, because of course we all know that since we develop the reservoir and the water saturation is increasing, the relative permeabilities would affect the permeability of oil and water, and that must be considered while you calculate the rate, of course. So actually there's a lot of different things which are taken into account in this table, such as skin, for example, which can be taken from the well testing, the net pay, which we can take from the open hole logs or cased hole logging, the reservoir pressure in overlaying and underlaying water thief layers, which could be taken from the formation testing, and so on and so on. So again, it looks quite extensive, but if you think of it, it's quite simple. So this table would allow us to calculate the rate before and after the activity and calculate the incremental gain. And then we need to calculate the economical value. So as you all know, if you have a running business and this business is giving you money, then if you have money in your pocket and you don't invest it, it means that your money gets cheaper and cheaper every year. So in order to calculate the investment success of each project, we calculate the net present value. So it's like an equivalent profit, which we calculate taking into the account the discount rate and the fact that the money are getting cheaper and cheaper every year. If it's by NPV that we judge the teams, and it's actually NPV that we use in calculating the final score, and it's only NPV. So in order to calculate the NPV, we also need to know the operational and capital expenses, and it would be a good idea if before the tournament you would look in the tables, which these particular tables you can see in the data room, right? And you would calculate how much would the average producing well cost you. Let's say it's vertical or slanted or horizontal. It would be a good idea to know before you start how much would a hydraulic fracturing job cost, a water shutoff, a conversion, and of course it would be very useful to calculate how much money will you get for 1 barrel of incremental oil production. If you know this, you would be able to calculate your economical efficiency. So let's say we calculated it all And now we have a table. We have a lot of activities and we calculated the NPV for each of them. But now, okay, so each of those activities are positive. So the NPV is positive and it means that we can actually do this. So they will all bring us more money. But we have a limited budget. So now we need to prioritize between the activities, because some of them would be quite expensive, but the incremental gain in money would not be as high. So when we need to prioritize, we prioritize by profitability index, which is also calculated during the economical assessment of the activity. So the profitability index is actually 1 plus NPV divided by the investment. And that is a profitability. And now if I prioritize by the profitability, I will get myself a table. You can see it's prioritized by PI, right? And now I can just take my budget, choose the top activities, and only perform the top activities until my budget is 0. And this way I will have the best economical value from my investment in the current year. So that is a concept of economical prioritization of activities when you plan the field development. Thank you.